This is our best-selling suppressor, yet it still seems to be somewhat of a secret. I'm Chris with jerry'soutdoorsports.com, and I'm going to tell you almost everything about it. Nosler is known for high-quality bullets like the AccuBond and the Partition, and loading said legends into their own line of ammo. They also make rifles, and now most recently the SR series of suppressors. When I first laid eyes on the Nosler suppressor, I was intrigued, right up until I picked it up. Then I was obsessed. It was the lightest suppressor I had ever held up until that point. So I ordered some, and they sold out. And I ordered some more, and those sold out, and so on and so forth until the Nosler SR series became our best-selling suppressors. And then Nosler sent me one for a review. Now, the Nosler suppressors come in several different flavors. Your first choice is between gray and black. Your next set of choices is between the full-length can and the short K can. Your next choices are between 30 cal and 22 caliber, and your final set of choices is between an all-titanium can and a titanium and aluminum can. Now, the one that I'm enamored with above all others is the SR30 ALTi because it's coming in at 9.2 ounces and just under 8 inches. In short, it's one of the lightest cans on the market, but it still has sufficient internal volume to work really well. Impact. Impact. Nosler does post decibel reduction ratings on their website, and I always find that a little bit suspect. There's just so many variables that go into it, like caliber and barrel length, and environmental concerns like temperature and humidity and air pressure all play a role. And I'll stand firm in my argument that reducing decibels as much as possible is a fool's errand if you're running supersonic ammo. So you know that safety guy at work that you absolutely hate because he makes you wear your PPE? Well, I'm that guy, right? So sit down, shut up, and listen to the safety brief. The quietest supersonic crack is about 110 decibels. And after 15 minutes of exposure to 110 decibels, permanent damage begins to be done to your ears. And almost any suppressed centerfire rifle is going to be louder than that. So wear your hearing protection. Okay, safety brief over. Let's get back to the Nosler. This suppressor has the best tone on the market. It just sounds right. This is the tone that should be used for every video game and movie sound effect. Just editing the shooting footage was an ASMR experience. Now, as for what you can throw through these silencers, the 30 cal cans are all rated for 3378 and down. On all of the cans, the blast chamber is made of titanium, and the baffle stacks are either made out of aluminum or titanium. For the all titanium offerings, Nosler says that they are full auto rated, but they qualify full auto as 3 to 5 round bursts every 5 to 10 seconds. That's pretty anemic for full auto. But the engineers never envisioned these being thrown on a belt fed. These are designed for backcountry hunters who are looking to shave every ounce off of their kit that they can, and people who still want a light, handy rifle. If the scout rifle concept was still alive and kicking, this would be a phenomenal choice for one of those. Now, Nosler claims that these are modular suppressors. And from a technical standpoint, they are modular suppressors, but they're not modular to you. At least not in a modular marketing kind of way. Please don't go unscrewing this to clean it. I can't promise what Nosler's going to say to you. But from a factory repair and maintenance standpoint, they are modular. Should you have a baffle strike or anything like that, the factory can actually remove the baffles, leaving the serialized blast chamber part alone, replace the baffles, and send it back to you so that you don't have to go through another ATF approval process. Now, the Nosler cans are not direct thread. They all come with a muzzle device that's threaded either 1/2 by 28 or 5/8 by 24. I'm desperately trying to get Nosler to start doing metric threads so that I can put one on my beloved 6.8 Western X bolt. But it did thread onto our Viking Armament Apex 6.5 Creedmoor with no problem at all. Now, the reason you're married to that muzzle device is because these use a left-hand thread, so that the torque from firing actually tightens the suppressor on there. Throughout all of my shooting, I didn't have a single instance of the can backing off. The Nosler cans have not built the crowd swell I would expect such an affordable and effective can to make. But the Nosler rifles seem to be a well-kept secret too, where the rule is, if you know, you know. If you're looking for a silencer to put on your hunting rifle so you don't have to bother with hearing protection in the field, then you'd be hard-pressed to find a better answer than this. And while I do advise that you wear hearing protection for any range sessions, even an OSHA compliance guy like me is going to admit that 3 to 4 rounds through this on the hunting ground without ear pro is going to leave you none the worse for wear. The Nosler suppressors were a huge surprise to me when they came out, and they have absolutely failed to disappoint me in any way. If you know precisely what you want from a can and you don't ask it to do any more, then the Noslers are an insanely good choice. Yeah, there are some lighter cans that have been introduced since these came out, and there are definitely far more durable cans for full auto use. But if you're looking for a lightweight, effective suppressor for your hunting rifle, you can hardly make a better choice than the Nosler ALTi's. And I'll argue that you couldn't find a more aesthetically pleasing suppressor on the market by a country mile. Anyway, I'm Chris for jerry'soutdoorsports.com, and I'll see you next time. Let's see how fast I can spin the loaner Nosler suppressor. What could go wrong?